Hello YouTube, my name is Zadarkus and today we are going to talk about the pros and the cons about playing the same champion every time. I know it is really important to master a champion, but when me and other YouTubers tell you that it is important to stick to the same champion, I am pretty secure to tell you that we are not telling you to always play the same single champion. If you take notice, many times we even say master one or two champions of each role. This is if you are going to really go for the solo queue ladders. Of course, that if you play mostly in ranked teams, it is different since you will be always playing the same role. But in ranked solo queue, that does not always happen. So when you are mastering a champion, you should always at least have a plan B, a second or even a third champion that you feel confident as well. But it is actually pretty good to be playing the other champions as well. Go for normal games, even if you do warm-up games before the rankeds or have fun with friends, try to learn the other champions as well. Let's first talk about the pros of playing always the same champions, because of course not everything is bad. If you always play the same champion, it will of course be faster to master the champion. You will learn the combos faster and better, the limits, the damage outputs, the possible matchups and strategies of the champion in question. It will be better and easier for you to adapt to different games and moments. You will be able to change some builds if you need, depending on how the game is, get some items for better magic resistance, for better armor, or just for better damage outputs to snowball. You will be able to adapt better to losing laning phases or gaming scenarios. You will be building a confidence in you that's really important, since if you always play the champion, you're pretty secure of yourself, and that matters in the game and the laning phase. Of course, just don't let it backfire at you. Overconfidence is bad as well. You'll be a more balanced player, you won't have as much bad games, since you got your tactics and your playstyle already in your head, in the front, in the back, everywhere. I mean, when you play something so many times, it can't go that wrong, right? And you'll need less runes in case you're still new to the game and you don't have that many runes and mastery pages. Playing the same champion only needs the runes for that champion, and even if you just want a secondary rune page for him, it's a lot easier and cheaper in the early phases of the game. So playing the same champion has a lot of good sides, but sticking always just to that option has its cons. And starting off, you won't really know the other champions' numbers, you won't really know how much damage they do, what the cooldowns are, the actual really power spikes that come from knowing the champions when you master them, the range of the skills. You may have overall knowledge of them, of course. I mean, we all know Veigar level 6 hits like a truck, right? It's Veigar. But you don't really know the cooldowns and the exact numbers. You may know how much damage you can sustain, but you also need to know how much damage they will be doing to you. And what's the open window timer when they start to get the cooldowns. This will come from knowing the champions and playing them as well. It's harder to know the enemy's combo and the combo timings and how you outmaneuver and outplay them. It can also sometimes be demoralizing or even boring just playing the same champion. I mean, for some players they just have a lot of fun playing that champion and they don't need anything else, but it is in the human nature to get bored of the same thing after some time. Even if you really enjoy the same champion today, after 200 games, I mean, you will try to play something else. And we all know it when we go try hard on rankeds. This happens to me. I just spam Ari or Anivia and I get the wins, but after a bit I just want to have some fun and I end up picking something else, and of course I will not do as good. So if that happens, you either just stop playing for some time or end up messing up your stats and your LP. It can also be a really hard time, because if that champion gets picked or banned, yeah, you won't be playing only thing that you know how to play. It may be also even worse, since you will have to play other roles sometimes, and it will be difficult to climb the ladder in ranked if you have no champion that you master, that you only stick to, and you are forced to play other roles. It is also hard if that champion is going to get really nerfed and you just stick to him time after time. I mean, it's true love, but if he really gets nerfed, even if you are really good with him, there's a limit to what you can do. The numbers are there, there's a limit. Even for the best possible plays, the numbers are real. And the same thing goes if he gets really buffed. Either people will be picking him and you won't be able to play him, or he will just get banned 24/7. So it's always nice to know the other options, have some knowledge on the other champions and a plan B. So here's my conclusion. Have that one champion. Share the love like I share my love with Ari, with that one champion. But play other champions and normals and have a plan B at least. Don't be a one-trick pony, be more than that. Be the god of destruction if you play that one champion, but also be the man that your team needs. Be the man that can adapt, be ready to adapt and be ready to climb, because if you do the right decision and if you have the knowledge, you will be able to kick some ass. My name has been Zadarkus. This was of course a video made for you, and I'll be seeing you pretty soon with a new one. See ya!